Hello everyone, my name is Irfan and today I'm going to share my experience of giving IELTS exam and securing 9 bands. Well, in IELTS exam there are basically 3 sections which are further divided into subsections, and the first section or the first test which you will appear is the listening, and then reading. The second one is reading, and the third one is writing. After that, you'll have to give an exam of a speaking test, which may be before these three or after these three tests. While talking about IELTS listening has three subsections in which three recordings will be played and will evaluate your marks according to that. As based on my experience, the first section of the listening is very simple. In other words, you can say that the answers are directly given in the recording passage and you just have to find the answers. For example, if the question is at what time the bus will leave the station, so in the passage it will say that at 9 o'clock the bus will leave the station. So it's very simple relatively, so you can try to achieve as much score as you can in this section. And then the second section comes and the second recording is played, and it is relatively a bit harder. And then in the third section it gets the hardest section of all. But my experience is that, you know, it really doesn't, it varies actually. That the actually there is only one hard, hard test, a hard section in within the listening section. So it may be of section 2 or it may be of section 3. In my test, the which I felt the hardest section was the section 2, because it included MCQs in it, and it was not that simple. Okay, so before each section is the recordings of each section started, you'll be given some time for like 30 seconds to read the questions. So now the trick which is involved in this is that read the questions thoroughly, that what the question is asking for or what the examiner is asking for. Once these questions are been is been set up in your mind, then you can easily find the answers in the recording passage. Secondly, the hard section which I was talking about contains MCQs, and when that particular section comes, you have to read the questions. Don't go for the options, just read the question, that what the question is talking about. Because if you read um, the sections of that particular MCQs, that if you're reading A, B, C and D, so most probably you will not read all the questions. So for that, you just read the question thoroughly and understand it. And when the once the recording is played, so you can easily get to know what's the main idea. Because when you are reading, when you are having the test of that particular test, so the answers are not given directly. For that you have to work a little hard and be very conscious and be very present minded. Now, what people commonly make mistakes is that, for example, if you are trying to find an answer of any particular question and you are not being able to find that answer, so the student or the person who is giving exam just, stucks there and tries to find that answer. Now, if any student does this, so he will lose a lot of band score rather than just, not getting score of that particular question, because the recordings are played once only. Okay, So you don't, if you'll waste your time on that particular question, so you lose all the marks, because you're not listening to that and the recordings are played at once. So be very sure, and once you are not able to find any answer, try to catch the second, the third, and so on, because in that way you lose only marks for that particular question. Okay. And I will be uploading more videos of the common mistakes and errors, and the rest of the reading and the listening and the speaking section I'll make other videos. So for that, just subscribe my channel and click the bell icon, so that when I upload new videos, so you can have a look to such videos. Thank you. If you have any questions, do ask, please.